Hello and welcome to DC Figures and Collectibles. I'm Tyler G of Batman Figs on Instagram, and I am joined, as always, by my co-host all the way from Stoke-on-Trent, England. You can find him on Instagram at the.batfan. His name is Scott. Scott, how you doing?
Hello to everybody listening, everyone watching. Very glad to have you here. And yes, I'm doing good, thank you, Tyler. Yeah, how are you doing, man?
I'm doing good. I feel like we have a big week ahead of us. We have some big news to talk about.
Yeah, some exciting news, for sure.
Well, first I want to say thank you to Zavvi for sending. This is one of the shirts they sent me, and if you guys are interested in ordering one for yourself, you can go check out my Instagram. Use a link in my bio, get 30% off. And then another big news that Scott and I have to talk about is we were approached by a watch company called Undone Watches, and they are very classy and nice looking watch, and you can find them exactly at Undone Watches on Instagram or just Google them. And they wanted to see if we want to team up because they recently agreed to a licensing agreement with Warner Brothers and DC. So they have some Batman gear, and this is going to be their first release coming up tomorrow, December 5th, if you're listening to it on December 5th. And they have two watches available, and we are getting sent some samples that we'll be getting pretty soon that we'll be able to review and talk about. But in the meantime, we wanted to say that the one thing that we really wanted to partner with these guys with their watches, and what we really liked their vision was the fact that part of the proceeds for any watch that you buy that's a Batman watch is going to go to the Hope for Henry Foundation, which is a charity and a program where it's basically it's a program that finds out where kids are in long hospital stays, or if they're going through like cancer treatment or something of that nature. They try to find ways to bring joy into these kids' lives, whether that be meeting a sports star, having someone dress up in cosplay as Captain America or Batman, bringing in something to watch a movie, any sort of thing like that. It's a good program, a good foundation, and we're happy that we're going to be able to be a part of that and be a part of bringing some awareness to that, and also bringing some money that way. So we're really looking forward to this partnership. And so if you guys are interested in seeing the watches for yourselves, make sure to check our Instagram. We'll be having a post up on the 5th showing what the watches look like, and pretty soon we'll have our own. I'm pretty stoked to see what they look like. We'll get them any day.
Very excited. Yeah, very excited to see. Very excited to see them. Yeah, can't
So,
wait.
yeah, again, big thank you to Undone Watches. Check them out. And now on to what everyone usually comes here for, and that is the toy photography side of it. And Scott, you've been killing it lately. We talked a little bit about last week. You got the new camera in full swing. It's basically becoming an extension of you. How you feeling with it? You feel like you are at the mastery level? Are you like 75%?
No. I'm learning new things all the time with it.
Nice.
Learning how to create depth and stuff is the main thing that I'm learning at the moment, which is really good fun. And enjoying it. Yeah, today is the day that I've finally taken the camera out of the house and gone exploring a little bit with it, so that's been good fun. It's more difficult doing outdoor photography. Setting up outside is tricky for sure. It used to be easier to do pictures outdoors. I used to find setups were a lot easier, but now it's the complete other way around. But it's worth putting in the extra effort for, I've got to say.
So you can't just put a figure on the ground and shoot it?
No, definitely not anymore. No, there's a lot more complexities to it, but it's good because it in the end, if you use it properly, it will result in a better picture. So I've not found that level yet, nowhere near it. So I need to keep on practicing and trying with it. So it's just trial and error, I suppose, but it all comes part of it. So
I think that sounds like a fun aspect of it, because it would be kind of boring if within a week or two of spending all this money on this beautiful piece of equipment, you're like, oh, I already figured it out. That's cool.
Yeah, true.
Not only that, but I also like the fact that you've mentioned a few times how much Lewis has been a help to you, and allowing you to pick his brain and ask questions. I think that's cool too, just that you get to have the camaraderie and talk to a fellow fig shooter and get to learn stuff from him.
Yeah, Lewis has been great. Seriously, has been great. He's even besides toy photography, he has done photography in many other forms. So he's been a massive help with it, and it comes across in his pictures, that's for sure. So yeah, big thanks to him. and it's been a massive help. Yeah, definitely has.
Speaking of Lewis, you guys
Yes,
do weekend themes, and that is
yes,
something that
indeed.
a lot of us look forward to. And we got a little sneak peek of it because we recorded late last week. But this weekend theme was imports, correct?
Indeed, yes. Lewis focused on mainly SH Figure Arts, which phenomenal company. To be fair, absolutely fantastic. Yes. And I focused more on Mafex, so it was a nice even split of pictures that we kind of got from one another. That was good fun. Yeah, absolutely love Mafex.
My first figure I always think of whenever I think of SH Figure Arts is that Harley Quinn. I feel like that was the first exposure most of us got.
Yeah.
And the Mafex, I remember early on they're kind of shaky, but you said that they keep continuing to step up and they feel more durable each time.
100%. The BVS Batman they did was very weak, and then they really improved. I mean, it took them 3 versions of the Dark Knight Rises Batman to get it right, but they did eventually get it very right. And that this
at least they do.
Looking at.
At least they do get it right. And this one is one that I have, and every time I take a photo of this one, it turns out great. And the way you have this set up, and we talked a little bit about that last time, I just love the lighting. It's very Batman Begins, almost perfection. Yeah. And this is one of one. And then speaking of Ben Affleck's Batman, this is another Mafex one, and this is from Justice League, correct?
Indeed, yeah. Justice League movie. Fantastic figure, really is. Don't shoot it enough because it's just brilliant. And it was good fun doing that picture, actually. A little bit different to what I'd usually do. Use a bit of atmosphere, aerosol, just to give it that soft focus in the background.
Yeah, and you also did a really good job of catching the perspective correctly with the buildings and all that.
That was the challenge, yeah, because I couldn't put the camera angle too low because literally the top of Batman's ears would get cut off otherwise. So it was important to make sure all the figure was in the picture.
This one another great scenario. Fun. A lot of comments on this one. People really enjoyed this.
Yeah, I got to thank people for the reaction to that. Super kind of everybody. I mean, that Mafex Batman I've not shot for over a year, so that was more than that, probably about 18 months. Don't shoot that one enough. The Mexico one takes all the shine away from it, but it's a fantastic figure, and that Cyborg's one of the best figures I've got by a long mile.
And one of the greatest mysteries we'll never know what could have been.
Oh, I so hope we get this cut.
And then the old trilogy.
Yeah, that was good fun. That one, I did enjoy doing that picture. The background was hard to find. I think the Batcave is from, I want to say one of the Arkham games. That one, or it might be from the. I think it's an Arkham game background. The bat signal in the cave, but yeah, it's good fun doing pictures like that because it's a little bit different to what I'd usually do. So really enjoy doing that.
I feel like we do not see this figure that often, so it is nice to see it at all.
True.
And then a killer shot from a time when Batman was mean before Justice League.
Yeah, when Batman was not a comedy act.
This is what you ended the weekend on, right?
Well, Joe, this picture was just testimony to the benefit of not having to hold the camera and taking the picture because I used a green torch on the side of him to light the spear up and to give him that little bit of a green light on the side, so that really helped with that. I didn't have to hold the camera or anything. This
is on a timer?
Yes, yeah. I always use a 10-second timer for my camera just to make sure that the picture is 100% steady and everything. So, yeah, that was pretty much that. But yeah, just use a green torch on it just to give it that little bit of a green sort of tint on the right-hand side or his left.
And there's no bloody Superman. We can't see him yet. But
no,
he will be bloody.
Sadly, I don't have a Mafex Superman, which is a shame, but
it's probably a good thing.
Too. Yeah, it's a nice solo picture of him. I love the cape.
The first Mafex the first Mafex sucks, so that's a good one that you dodged.
True. Yes, that is true.
And then I do want to talk about this just because this is absolutely killer. Great head swap.
Thank you. Yeah, this was one of the first pictures I took with the camera. There was this one and then the Joker one. This one in particular was a picture I've done a few months ago, and it didn't quite come across how I wanted it to. So I definitely knew when I got a decent camera, I wanted to revisit this. There's a little bit of atmosphere aerosol, which shows a bit of the light rays in the background. Steppenwolf, the Beast Kingdom Steppenwolf, it's magnificent, and then the Elseworlds DC Direct Superman figure.
Yes,
genuinely one of the best figures I've seen.
How many different lines are in this photo alone?
So we've got four different lines, haven't we? DC Collectibles, Mezco, Beast, and Mattel. Yeah. Or you could even say 5 if you want to see DC Direct and DC Collectibles.
That's true. Yeah. And they all look great.
Yeah, that Supergirl is one of my favorite figures too. Amazing figure. It just looks so accurate.
One of the few times I've seen her look good.
Thank you.
And then, this is not to be overlooked, this John Johns, but it's just I really enjoy this comic book, and it's a perfect time of year.
Yeah. Well, this was partly inspired by your pictures of that figure as well, I've got to say. Stole a bit of flour out of the kitchen. And, sprinkled it on the Noel Batman. Yeah, first picture I've ever taken of him. Yeah, it's a good figure.
I'm glad you got it.
Really, really good figure. Honestly, it's fantastic, yeah.
And this just is another great what if or what could be shot in Scott's library, and it happens to be his 2 favorite Jokers, right?
Indeed, absolutely, yeah. 2 favorite Jokers. It's,
at least movie one.
Yeah, head sculpts were cast by Action Figure Customs, and then the head sculpts were painted by Vin Faith Custom, who's a fantastic photographer. Really, really love both of these Jokers, and I popped into my head the other day to do an idea of Jack Nicholson saying he was created by this Joker, politically speaking. So yeah, there was a picture I definitely wanted to do, and I love the backdrop from that in Colville Grissom's office. Love that background. It's one of my favourite backgrounds I've got. Won't be the last time I used it, that's for sure.
Oh, it's perfect. But yeah, and can we get any kind of hint for what this weekend holds for people that follow you guys?
Well, it's been a big topic of discussion lately, and we've kind of done a little bit of ourselves in the last week, but we're going to be doing a Schneider Cut weekend next weekend. And
yes!
Yeah, so hopefully we're going to see some we're going to see some Schneider Cut action before the year's out. I really am excited because Zach's put teasers up recently showing his actual cut in boxes, which I'm very excited to know it exists.
It's nice that all the people that said didn't exist get it finally seen before their eyes.
Yeah, from the horse's mouth, it does exist. Yeah, what do you reckon? Do you think we'll get it?
I think it's at this point. It's just it would be not wise not to release for some company to release it somehow because there's so many people interested. Yeah. And there's even people that I'm sure that aren't interested that would want to watch it just to hate on it and say it sucks. So either way, it's going to make money. So exactly. I don't know why they wouldn't do it.
Exactly. Yeah, it's incredibly true. I so hope we get it because there's so much we missed. I saw something the other day. Usually a movie is like 100 pages long in terms of storyboard, I think it is. It was something, and they reshoot to 80 pages. So that we'd lost a lot of that movie, a lot of it, like 214 minutes running time, wasn't it? It gave on the box, the sort of case that it was kept in. It's crazy, 214 minutes, and at least 60 of that was deleted. It's just we've got a whole different. It's a whole different movie, and I know that's a cliche at this point, but it is. It's a whole different movie. It's not even anything like the Whedon cut, as it's been dubbed.
And it's a shame because even seeing the costumes of Volko and all the Atlanteans before, they looked so much more like just warrior and BA. And then his hair's flowing and stuff, and then in the regular Aquaman, just like a tiny little bun.
Yeah. It is crazy, man. I'm hoping so much that we get the cut of that movie. There's so many cool differences in storyline. It's just a lot more DC, the storyline that he seems to have put in place in that universe. So really praying that we get it, but there's a part of me that just thinks somehow it's not going to happen. I don't know. It's hard. It's so difficult to call at this point, isn't it?
If it doesn't, I hope Zack Snyder just leaks it anonymously somehow.
That would be fantastic if he did that. I would genuinely love him to do that.
I feel like he would be the kind to do it if anybody would.
Oh man, I think he actually would, But yeah, it'd be a nice Christmas gift if we get that, for sure.
Come on, Zach.
Yeah, I wonder if it's going to be under Batman's tree this Christmas, which is
I hope so.
Brings us on nicely to this picture. I definitely wanted to talk about. Now you broke the seal on the Christmas pictures, so
yes.
Any pictures beyond this point that I post are your fault. So anyone watching, this is the seal being broken in front of us for Christmas.
Yes,
and I love the setup for this. Beautiful. Is that an extreme set bank background?
It is the bank.
Oh,
the bank
fantastic.
is always prominent, and then
it is, yes.
All those little all the little cabinets and stuff. That's just from the swap meet, and I think I might be going this Sunday because I do want to get some more Dio pieces.
Yeah, so talk about that. What happened with that?
Well, I went to a swap meet and I just was looking around, found like these. I wasn't really looking for figures, and it was surprising because the swap meet even had new Mezco figures that were just coming out, and that sort of thing. So I was surprised at what was there, and I saw these, and I think they're about $5 each, but I got 4 of them, and I talked them down to just $5 for the lot of them, so couldn't pass that up. Yeah. And then so I was like, okay, guys, I have enough. I have some accessories, so if you want to get me some figures, you can for Christmas.
Yeah, it looks fantastic. That cabinet looks perfect, but the scale, because often you get like doll's house cabinets, and the scale is just like way off, even though it says 112. That's happened a lot. That brought off either. But that's perfect.
Here's a life hack. To the swap meet, I took a figure, so I was able to scale it if I needed to.
That's a good idea. Oh, which figure did you take? I'm interested.
Oh, the original BTAS, not the motorbike.
Nice. Yeah, the classic.
I was thinking about Robin, but I was like, even he's kind of shrunken down. I just got to go true 6.
Yeah, do it. Perfect. Definitely.
I'm glad you like it. And yeah, I've been patiently waiting to use that tree. I've had it for 2 weeks, so I usually don't have patience. I feel like I exercise it here.
Well, we just mentioned Batman and Robin. Not want to leave out Batgirl, which is a picture I wanted to talk about this one. I love the sort of, it's almost like a portrait, double portrait shot, that one. Really enjoyed that.
Yeah, I was going to do just the Batgirl, but I needed to get Catwoman involved because, I mean, it's one of the last times I could use the OG version since it's going to New Batman Adventures tomorrow. So I needed to get these ones in. Yeah,
and I guess, actually, that's something I'll talk about later, the challenge of the change. Okay. We have touched on it briefly before, but it's something I wanted to talk about. And another thing I wanted to talk about is this. Now, this got a big reaction. It's a fantastic family photo of the new Ra's al Ghul or Ra's al Ghul figure from the TMNT packs. So, What do you think?
I absolutely love him. I think he's done so well. The cape is done perfect. And if anyone, I know a lot of people when the first animated Ra's al Ghul came out, a lot of them didn't like that he didn't have his green cape, or they were hoping they would do a variant of that. This is about as close as you're going to get to that. So if you want to get a green cape Raz in animated looking form, and this kid, you can even say he's fresh out of the pit, the Lazarus pit, and that's why he's so jacked up and buff. But one of my favorite things is are the gauntlets. It really reminds me of Batman Begins, and not only that, but they're painted really well. They look metallic. I just think this is probably my favorite figure of the whole line, this Ra's al Ghul.
That's a fantastic point. I think on the original BTS figure, they did make him a little bit too slim. But Ra's al Ghul is a strong, well-built guy. He is. Yeah. You've seen the scenes when he fights Bruce in the desert. And he's just as strong as him. Yeah.
Just a broad back too. That's crazy saying that.
Wow. Yeah. It does look a fantastic figure. I love the stripe down the side of the cape and everything. And,
it's such a cool shade of green.
Yeah, it looks really, really cool.
And Shredder's all right. I'm just not a big.
I was going to ask you about what's he like as a figure.
He's cool, and I'll use him for some fight picks since that was the main guy Batman took on in that movie.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, definitely. I really enjoyed that picture. I like the red red or purple tint that's coming across.
I've been experimenting a lot with light lately. I'm trying everything.
How are you finding it?
I'm really enjoying it. I'm also using lights at different lengths, so I put in different lights in actual bulbs instead of just using different lights. So I could get you get just kisses of it instead of just saturating it. That's what I'm trying to work on.
Yeah.
And so right here in that picture that you're showing, where Raz and Shredder are in the same picture, I have pink on one side and purple on the other, since I figured it would highlight the Shredder. And
it looks really nice. And I'm noticing the bank backdrop for that.
The bank is the MVP.
And that as well. This is a pure Batman Begins picture to me. It looks brilliant.
Now that I didn't say anything about that. That sword is the most beautifully done sword I've ever seen in my life for an action figure.
It looks awesome, doesn't it? And that head sculpt as well is magnificent.
And they actually, there's not a lot of line work in it. What you see like in his scowl, that's actually sculpted in. That's not just line work.
Oh, it looks brilliant.
Yeah. So once you get it, Scott, you are going to be in. I'm interested to see which one you like out of all of them the most.
Oh, I'm really excited, man. Yeah, we're getting Batgirl, Alfred, and Ra's al Ghul at the same time from kind friend
Kevin.
Yeah, Kevin at Ranky Customs. Check him out. He's got an awesome logo. But yeah, fantastic figure, that one. And just one more stylish shot of Shredder there. Fantastic.
Yes. And
Brilliant.
what those
lovely
with
cape.
The claws, they're pliable too, so they're not easily breakable.
That's good. Yes, that is good with DC Collectibles history.
Yeah, he's a cool looking figure. I wish I liked the turtles more, but I don't.
Where's this gone? There we go. Talking of cool looking figures. Now that one. Where did you shoot that?
The weather continues to be bizarre here. After snow, now we're getting torrential downpours, and across from me there is a desert lot, and it's empty. And because it's just been raining nonstop, there's a lot of naturally flowing little rivers. Nothing too crazy. And I just went across the street this morning and wanted to get a good picture. And like what you mentioned with depth, I figured this would be a great shot to have a ton of depth since it's actually real scale.
Yeah, that's what I noticed as well around the feet that the water was flowing. It looks really nice.
Yeah, but not too deep. I didn't have to put on the galoshes like you did.
Oh, brilliant. Yeah, no, it looks fantastic picture. That's really lovely really lovely croc figure as well. Love all the details, the scales.
You were the one that had the faith that it would be a good Build-A-Figure.
Oh, it's so cool. Massive as well. Really do enjoy that picture. One more picture I wanted to talk about, which is it from my favourite episode of Batman, which is the Joker picture of Make 'Em Laugh.
Is it Jackie Rimshot? Or what's his name?
Oh, brilliant. Absolutely love that episode. I can't wait till we review it on the podcast. It's fantastic. And yeah, absolutely love this picture. It's just
hopefully we eventually get a Condiment King.
Oh, Condiment King would be fantastic.
Hopefully McFarlane will do some great things with this license.
Yes, and they're going to do a Pat Rat and Mighty Mom with them. That'd be cool.
That would be a 3-pack.
Oh yeah, that'd be fantastic. Yeah, we'll make it a 4-pack and chuck in Mr. Rimshaw as well. I'd love to see that.
That would be cool with the box.
And since we've been on the last podcast as well, we've also had the November 2019 favourite toy photos. Now these were your picks. Fantastic choices. That one in particular, I really enjoy.
Yeah, it's so weird to think that the month goes quick.
It is crazy, isn't it, when you look back and think, "Oh, crap! Have I actually taken that many pictures in a month?"
It feels like you've just done it.
It's quite scary sometimes. That one is just fantastic. I had a real urge to watch Batman Begins again lately. I'm blaming it on you.
You won't be disappointed. I think I like it more than Dark Knight now.
Yeah, I think Batman Begins is a phenomenal movie, isn't it? It really is. So much about it that gets underappreciated.
And speaking of movies, we have 2 big trailers coming out this week. Tomorrow is supposed to be Birds of Prey. Yeah, I know that you're really looking forward to
that. Yeah.
I know Lewis messaged me and it's like, I just hope it's good.
Yeah. I do hope it's good. I feel it just seems very Suicide Squad-ish, which...
Do you think we'll see Black?
No. I genuinely don't think. I'm beginning to think we won't actually see him as Black Mask in the movie at all, which is completely baffling, given literally he has to wear a black mask in order to be Black Mask. But yeah,
that would be ridiculous. I'd hate it.
It would be, wouldn't it? It honestly would. Yeah. Definitely excited about Wonder Woman though, and
yes,
yeah, very very pumped for that. Are you looking forward to that?
I'm looking forward to any kind of footage we can see because I feel like there's not too much we know about it. Just based on characters and the fact that we know one of them's returning, you can guess a little bit, but it's going to be nice to finally see some footage. I know they showed Comic-Con footage a while back, but you had to see, nothing's been leaked really. Yeah, I think I'm more excited to see the Wonder Woman stuff, but the Birds of Prey previous trailer did have some interesting visuals. All I want to see is a black mask. That's all I want to see.
Same.
That's all I want to see.
Yeah.
But they're also, speaking of movies, we got a release date of the digital release of Joker, which will be December 17th. And then the Blu-ray, which you should probably pre-order if you want the Steelbook Collector's Edition, is going to be released on January 7th.
Yes, and that'll be the one I'm getting, hopefully. Can't wait to get that. I'm so excited to see Joker again.
I think I will be buying a Blu-ray player or asking one for Christmas just so I could get that.
Just for that, yeah.
Yes.
It's one of those movies, isn't it? It just makes you so desperate to watch it again. It's fantastic.
Well, just like I never bought a PlayStation until Batman Arkham Knight came out. I was like, I got to buy a PlayStation.
Yeah. It's true.
And,
it's true.
It was not wasted.
It's actually true. Yes.
So, a lot of interesting stuff movie-wise.
Definitely.
Any big news coming that you've heard? Anything new?
Not a lot. I mean, we haven't talked about The Rock being announced as officially as Black Adam. It was one of the worst kept secrets in the DC universe. But yeah, that's happened, and I've seen that they're open to having Henry Cavill come on as Superman. I've seen that, which is interesting. I think Dr. Fate's going to be in it. I think they said Hawkman might be in it too, but Dr. Fate is pretty much confirmed to be in it, so that's quite cool. Yeah, it's great that they're introducing more cool characters into that universe. But yeah, I'm really excited to see what happens with that.
The Rock. That's the only thing I have mixed feelings on because he's been in some good movies and he's been in some horrendous movies. So
yes,
I just don't know what to think there.
It'll fit perfectly in the DC way. Then they're either good or horrendous. Yeah,
touche.
It'll fit in perfectly to this universe.
Well,
but, yeah.
I did get an update on my phone. New Google Pixel 4. I should have it either Friday or Monday.
Yes, very excited to see pictures with that. So, what are you upgrading from? What's the phone that you have now?
I have a Pixel 2. And
nice. That's so good.
At the time, it had a lot of the same functions as, I would say, a middle-of-the-range camera, probably like a $1,000 to $1,500 camera. And the Pixel 4 is supposed to have a lot more upgrades. And that's where I was debating, so whether or not do I just go with a phone and spend the money on the phone, or do I go both? And I think for now, I'm just going to stay with the phone until I absolutely need a camera.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, it's completely reasonable. I think phones, in terms of photography, get looked down upon a lot, and I don't understand why. It's about how you use your equipment, not what you have.
Yeah, I mean, Zack Snyder filmed the whole movie on an iPhone, so
yeah.
If he could do it,
yeah, it's crazy, isn't it? A lot of people have these fancy cameras and their pictures are all blurry and just shocking.
You know what bugs me, and I don't know if people see it, but there are some people that upload photos where the figure will just be slightly out of focus, just the most slight, ever so slight. It's like,
yeah, it's horrible, isn't it?
It just bugs me.
I won't lie and say I've had a few pictures like that over the last few weeks that I've had to delete because it's not quite right.
That you deleted? That you didn't post them?
No, I didn't post them because the focus not being quite right. That's one of the big challenges, especially outdoors. If it's darker, it's so hard. I mean, in the edit, you can obviously make it look light, but at the time when you're looking at the picture, you can't tell that it's sharp or not. So it's difficult. That's the big challenge I've had to try and face. So I just have to take multiple pictures at various different focuses and see which one looks the best. But, you know, time will hopefully improve something like that. It's just got to keep on practicing. It's just one of those things.
Oh, darn. You get to use your camera and shoot toy photos.
I know, exactly.
That's your practice.
We'll start waving our arms around and getting excited, yeah.
Now, do you have any new figures on the way in post or anything that's coming?
No, I'm very excited to see what Kevin has. It'll be like an early Christmas present with the Turtles figures. In terms of actual orders, I managed to find a cheap Hush Alfred on eBay. Finally found one. I've been looking for one for years. Nice. Managed to find one. I got the Arkham Origins Killer Croc, which I've just remembered is back up on the shelf up there, so I'm not going to go and get him down like I was flying to, but never mind. If I go to get him, I'm going to knock every single figure on that shelf over. But yeah, the Origins Croc, it's that time of year again where Arkham Origins is definitely going to be replayed at some point.
Now I'm excited.
Yeah. So I've been doing a lot of Origins pictures. It's inevitable that we're going to be doing the Arkham Origins theme coming up towards Christmas. We've been planning it for about 6 months. So I've already got the pictures ready to do for that. And just been trying to perfect them if I can.
Nice.
But yeah, other than that, nothing really new, to be honest. How about you?
In the meantime, there's nothing I want new. There's a few figures that I've asked for Christmas, so I'll see if I get that. But nothing that I'm dying to get, and of course nothing like from Mezco or anything that's shown up. Yeah, nothing desirable. But hopefully we'll have a lot of new stuff. Well, I'm sure we'll have a bounty around Christmas time.
What new figures are you looking to get then?
I've asked for the V for Vendetta figure. And I've seen a few people start posting that. And it looks like a Mezco, but it's from a different company. So like Bullet Head, I believe. And I know they do a few other like 1/6 style figures. So
yeah, they've got the Heath Ledger Joker, haven't they? The 112.
They do.
Yeah, it looks good.
Wow.
Yeah, they've got 112 soft goods Heath Ledger. Let me try and find it.
That's amazing to me. I've never even really heard of this company until about a month ago.
Yeah.
And it looks like they make some high quality stuff, but I didn't see any reviews on it but I did start seeing people like Switpix, Spencer post some pics of it, so that's 1/12 scale.
That's an absolutely shocking picture I've shown there. Let me correct that. There we go. Yes, that's a 1/12 scale Joker.
Wow.
Looks good.
I might have to order that. That looks great.
Yeah, it does look pretty good, doesn't it?
Yeah, and they'll probably actually ship it to you within a few months of ordering. I'm like, Mezco.
Yeah, that is actually a good point. Mezco.
So yeah, I think that I'm gonna have to start looking at this Bullet Head company a lot more.
Absolutely, yeah. Seem to have some pretty cool products.
Other than V, I asked for the Darth Sidious Star Wars figure because he comes with a big throne too, so I figured I could use the throne for a lot of stuff.
Oh, well, that's a good idea.
And especially for space stuff, maybe some guy that has Omega beams, maybe. Then I also asked for a Return of the Jedi Prime Jedi Knight Luke Skywalker. None of this new Disney stuff.
Yes. Yeah, screw the Disney stuff.
So I'm not even. I mean, I watched the first 4 episodes of Mandalorian. I don't even get the hype on that. Really?
No, I've seen a lot of it. I'm very bored of seeing that figure already. Just solo shots of him standing in a desert. That's very boring. I know people are going to call me a hypocrite for doing pictures of Nightmare Batman standing in the desert, but
yeah, at least you give some atmosphere and some background.
Yeah, Christ, I'm so bored of seeing these pictures of that Mandalorian. Some of them are good, they are, but some of them are just doing it for some likes. It's so boring.
Yeah, that is seems to be the way. Which that's actually a quote from the Mandalorian.
I when people are doing pictures of a figure constantly, I love to go against the grain and do something different. It's just it's so boring. Yeah, purposely sometimes wait to take pictures of new figures just so that I'm not boring people.
Well, now I want to just take nothing but Mandalorian pictures.
Oh dear.
But speaking of boring and someone that's not boring or ever boring, that's the Joker. And that's going to be our BTAS episode review today, correct?
It is, absolutely, yeah. Joker's Wild, which is, I believe, it's a comic book adaptation, isn't it?
I don't know.
I swear it's a comic book adaptation. I might be wrong on that. But yeah, Joker's Wild is a terrific episode.
Yes, and